it's official. You're lunatic.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to Irene's channel. Thank you for clicking. This is the place to be. I'm called Irene Soita. Kindly, if you're new on this channel, hit the subscription button, put on the notification button so that you get notified wherever I post a video. Yalla, do it right now, guys. What is happening? What is happening? What is going on around the world? Where are we heading to? Like, there's war here, there's war here. We just voted Trump, and now instead of working on the agendas and policies, we are crying. The prices of groceries have gone up. No plane is landing in America right now, or no planes are going out. The ports are empty, layoffs all over, grocery up, gas up, mortgage up, like everything is in a standstill. There's this white Afrikaners who came to the United States. Farmers are crying, teachers are crying, parents, health sector is here. And now Trump bombs Iran. Guys, what is happening? What's going on in this world? It's pathetic. We are preaching peace. We are preaching a better coexistence in this planet. We are preaching for love. But our leaders, what are they doing? What are they preaching for? But it doesn't make sense at all. Like, I'm telling you, the MAGA supporters, the people supported for Trump, are out there crying because that is not what they voted for. They trusted him with their votes. They voted for strength, stability, and a better coexistence. They voted for good health, good education, all basic, all round up. You understand? They did not vote for war. And now they're worried because if Trump bombed Iran, it means that is now war. He's starting war. And that's what MAGA supporters, that is not what MAGA supporters voted for. They never voted him for that. Guys, we are calling upon peace. Upon peace, not war. We did not go out there to go to the ballot box and vote for war, for you to start war with Iran. We voted for you to bring strength. We voted for you to bring stability. We voted for you to make America a great place again. As we talk about now, there's no business market between America and other countries has deteriorated. You remember what happened between America and China. Canada came in, the European countries. Businesses collapsed. You understand? We should be focusing on creating more employment, creating more business market with these other countries. You understand? But not starting war. Yeah, and this is what is happening in America, and people are like, what? What's happening? Where are we heading to? That is a question that everybody is asking. Even if you went out there and voted, you took your time to vote. You voted, you wanted a stable country. You wanted the economy of your country to be proper. You did not sign for war. Nowhere in his policies or agendas there was war. Like, we are gonna be bombing Iran or fighting with this and that and that. You understand? Fluctuation. Things have, prices of commodities have fluctuated. Things are just going this. Then bombing? No. That's not what we voted for. Guys, that's not what we voted for.
It's official. Your lunatic orange maniac president just bombed, for no fucking reason, Iran in 3 different nuclear sites. No reason. Because he wants to be friends with Netanyahu. So we will possibly be at war, maybe even Third World War, a horrible extension of all the damage and all the pain that Netanyahu has caused within his region just to help Israel now. We are in it. The president of peace, where all these crazy nutjob Trump supporters said that we haven't been in a war while he's in power and blah, blah, blah. Here we are. And let me tell you something. This can land on our lap. This can have repercussions even within our homeland, even here. This is very, very, very bad. But here we are. No authorization from Congress, because you know he's almighty and powerful. He doesn't give a shit. And now we see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted if anything changes, but this is not looking good. And if you're a member of the military right now, you better strap up. Que tengan buen día.
Trump just bombed Iran without a vote. No Congress, no consent. And Brad Sherman just nodded along like a loyal little lapdog. We're running for Congress in the 32nd District because we will not sit back and let this happen. Let's go.
All right, Trump just bombed Iran, and the entire propaganda machine, including Charlie Kirk, is like, we're done. We're just going to bomb them once and we're done. Well, guess what? It's not up to you. It's not up to you whether we're fucking done or not. It's not up to Trump whether we're done or not. And if you've been following my page for a while, you know I have sources in federal immigration that feed me information. And all of my sources over the past 3 months have told me that all resources from the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, ICE, FBI, ATF, they're all on immigration right now. And they all got pulled from their everyday jobs, such as preventing terrorist attack in the United States. And now we literally just bombed the #1 supporter of terrorist networks in the entire world. And all of Iran's terrorist allies have said, yeah, America, we're coming for you. So no, motherfucker, we're not done. We're not done. Welcome to the consequence of stupidity, because if you remember, Trump pulled out of the Iranian nuclear deal during his first term. So, you know, we're not done.
I really can't believe we just attacked a foreign country that has nothing to do with us and is not a threat to us only because Benjamin Netanyahu said so. And then afterwards, Trump thanked Netanyahu? That's too much. That's too much.
I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before.
And the crazy thing is Netanyahu attacked them first. Iran was attacked first. Iran was only retaliating. How are we involved in this whatsoever? At this point, it's just really crossing my mind and everybody else's mind. Only a revolution. Only a revolution. How else can we possibly get out of this? I mean, how much are our politicians just straight puppets? This does not even make any sense.
I really wish I could give you guys a good take on this breaking news that Trump just attacked Iran. That's what I try to do. But all I see is just like I saw with immigrants, with protesters, with California, with his birthday parade taunts. I see a weak man looking for a fight, so he throws the first punch. Because he just attacked a nation with a $500 billion GDP. Iran has 90 million people, with 10 million living in Tehran alone. I'm sure he was pitched this because this is always how they do it, that you can just get in and out. But one way or another, Iran is going to retaliate. Just look at the Strait of Hormuz. It's controlled by the United Arab Emirates and Iran. 20 million barrels of oil pass through that strait every single day. That is 20% of global daily consumption. Does he think Iran is just going to sit by and let this go? On top of that, we have 40 to 50,000 American troops that we know of stationed throughout the Middle East. I hate to frame it this way, but the best case scenario is Trump is so stupid he thought he could get in and out without retaliation. Worst case scenario, of course, is that he threw the first punch because he knew they would retaliate, which would then put him in a position to go to Congress and demand a declaration of war so that we could defend ourselves, even though it was him who threw the first punch. The most infuriating thing is that Trump is only doing this because he's failed on every other front. 75 million Americans voted for a guy who was so weak and so insecure that he would stop at nothing in fulfilling his need to look powerful. If you're one of those people, you voted for a peacetime president, you voted for lower gas prices, you voted for an American first isolationist policy, congratulations, because you failed across.
We have breaking news right now. Donald Trump just finished speaking, addressing the nation for the first time following strikes to Iran. Here's everything you need to know. He said that he wants peace now in Iran, and if Iran strikes back, there will be tragedy for Iran greater than what we have seen over the past 8 days, saying that he will go after many more targets with precision, speed, and skill. He congratulated Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel, along with the Israeli military, for working closely with the United States in this. He announced that Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, will be having a press conference tomorrow at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. Meanwhile, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has officially come out and called for Donald Trump's impeachment, saying the president's disastrous decision to bomb Iran without authorization is a grave violation of the Constitution and congressional war powers. He has impulsively risked launching a war that may ensnare us for generations. It is absolutely and clearly grounds for impeachment. I'll provide you updates all night. We're going to get more information soon. Subscribe to my Substack at the link in my bio to support and follow along.
That U.S. bombers carried out strikes today at 3 Iranian nuclear sites. One at Natanz, a site that had previously been hit by Israel. Israel and Iran have been trading strikes since Israel's surprise attack last Friday. Israel has already attacked the site at Natanz. Now the United States has done so as well. Another nuclear site near Isfahan in Iran, and also, according to the president, the facility called Fordo, which is a deeply buried facility. And that's important tactically because the U.S. military is believed to have essentially unique targeting capacity to hit a site like that. It is a deep underground facility. The United States has essentially developed weapons specifically to target facilities like that one. And so these B-2 bombers that have reportedly carried out these strikes tonight in Iran are aircraft with capacity that no other military in the world really has. Now, common wisdom about this president, about the political movement that he leads, is that he is supposedly isolationist, that he is supposedly anti-war. That has never been exactly right. That's always been kind of a lazy common wisdom. In less than 6 months back in office, he has threatened military action against Panama, against Canada, against Denmark in order to seize Greenland. He has bombed Yemen over and over and over again, and now he appears to have entered the United States military into a war in Iran, something that neoconservatives have thrilled to for, I guess, 2 generations now. A lot of commentary around the Trump phenomenon and Trump's politics would suggest that he has risen in opposition to the neoconservatives who have advocated for this type of war since essentially the Iranian Revolution in 1979. But since 1979, the U.S. military has not engaged directly with Iran. But Donald Trump has done so tonight. Donald Trump has ordered U.S. military bombing raids on Iran.
So guys, you hear them now crying about betrayal. This is insane. So guys, let's keep watching.
The United States joined the Israeli-Iranian conflict and used our equipment to bomb sites in Iran, so that officially puts the United States, at least in a limited role, into this conflict. But who's going to pay the real price? It wasn't the jets that flew over and dropped the bombs. Do you know who's going to pay the price? Are those troops who are right now frontline troops in the Middle East, not far away from where some of these bombings took place. I mean, there's a lot of United States military people they're in Kuwait, they're in Saudi Arabia, they're in Qatar. Those are definitely in any striking distance for Iran. And Iran has been very good at what they're doing in Israel. They've destroyed 1/3 of Tel Aviv. You won't see that in the news either. They're keeping a lot of those photos, but 1/3 of Tel Aviv has been disabled. So now the United States comes to the rescue, does what they need to do to get the upper hand for Israel. So that is what happened. And we're going to get to play this out over the next couple of weeks or however long a world war lasts. Because there's no doubt we will now be in World War III.
Found out that the United States of America just bombed Iran in 3 separate locations. Because I saw that and I said, there's no way. And then I went and looked, and Donald Trump has confirmed the news via tweet, the way he always does. He posted the following from the President of the United States. We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs, all caps, was dropped on the primary site, Fordow. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace, in all caps. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
All right, guys, I wanted to come on and talk about what just happened. I was actually out at dinner and someone made me aware of what had happened. And look, let me start by saying this is scary shit, okay? So, I mean, I'm not even going to sit here and pretend that it's not a disturbing development, because it is. I'm the kind of person that likes to process things and know what's happening. So let's talk about what happened and then what may happen next. Okay. You're aware, basically, you know, Israel popped off and did the thing and then basically pulled the United States in, saying that, you know, we need your bunker busters, basically. So short version is that Iran has these multiple nuclear way down underground, okay? So bunker buster is exactly what it sounds like, right? You drop this huge payload and hopefully you go all the way down and you destroy the area. Okay, so we dropped these 3 on Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. And, you know, of course, Iran is recognizing that, like, yes, we were sort of aware and, you know, we relocated some of X, Y, and Z, but of course we took damage, because of course they did. Okay, so with all the obvious stuff out of the way, let's talk about what happens now. Biggest issue from now, I've only had about 10 minutes to sort of process what I'm hearing, and the biggest issue that I can see is that it says, oh, it was very successful, you know, and all the planes are out of Iranian airspace. Well, of course they're out of Iranian. This is now the at least second, just this year, okay? And there's been many other, this is a long-running history. This situation between Israel and United States and Iran did not start tonight, okay? So you have to remember that a couple weeks ago, we told them, like, hey, let's sit down, let's have a little chat. And then while we were in the middle of a discussion with them, we were simultaneously planning with Israel to bomb Iran, okay? That's number one. And then number 2 is Trump was all over the American media just the other day talking about, I'm going to take 2 weeks. Then, of course, he bombs Iran again. All right, so how you can repeatedly slap someone in the face and then tell them, like, okay, I slapped the shit out of you, now let's sit down and talk about peace. Because no goodwill now, there's no good faith, okay? 2 biggest problems is, of course, Iran is threatening strikes, right? As I've said in many of my other videos, we have 19 military bases across the Middle East. And so all those troops are, unfortunately, they're just sitting targets now, okay? And then that's before the discussion of the fact that you might have people in the United States who might not be happy about what just happened in Iran. All right. So that's number 2 concern. The third concern, and this is the biggest one for me, is you don't win battles or wars from the air or the sea. Okay, you may start them there, you may deliver troops from there, but you do not win them that way. You have to put boots on the ground to make that happen. Now, I have covered this in former videos before, but the terrain in Iran is very mountainous, okay? Lots of caves, lots of peaks, valleys, whatever. This is their land, their home. They know this area, okay? So a ground war, aka putting troops, boots on the ground in Iran, that is not going to end well for the United States, I fear. And unfortunately, that's the situation that we're in now, guys. It's, I think, the time for talking about, well, you know, I hope he doesn't do this, or pie in the sky. That's over. All right, we're in this now, because you don't start something like this and then just step back and expect that Iran is just going to be like, oh yeah, it's cool, like, let's talk about peace now. I'll remind you that we pulled some pretty terrible shit with Ukraine with the Budapest Memorandum. We told them, oh yeah, give up your nukes and we'll, like, keep you safe and blah blah, and then we basically sold them down the river to Russia. So, and this was all even well before Trump. I mean, and now Trump has, like, basically completely destroyed America's credibility. So I don't know what happens from here forward. I don't know. Nobody really knows. But what I do know is, like many other creators and like you guys, we're going to go through it together. We're going to walk through it. Just wanted to pop on and say, I get it. It's a scary time. Please take a beat. Take a deep breath, because I don't know if you were, how old you are, but I mean, I was around the last time when the whole 2003 kicked off, and it was a long war. And I feel, sadly, that this is, I can remember that, and I feel like I'll remember tonight in the same way. So that is just the situation, guys. And I just wanted to come on, just sit with you guys for a minute, just give you a quick little overview. And yeah, we're just gonna have to go from here. If you're a praying type of person, this would be a good time to do that. And if you're not, I would say, you know, keep your eyes peeled and pay attention, because shit just got real.
Breaking news, Donald Trump just bombed Iran. So to every single Trump supporter who said that Donald Trump was going to be the peacetime president, turns out no ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, but instead you're getting another war.
Well, America, congratulations. Now, tonight, we, the U.S. and the world, have to deal with the consequences of us being dumb enough to elect an idiot to be president of the United States for a second time. Donald Trump was angry 2014-15 because Barack Obama made a fool out of him at the White House correspondents' dinner. Donald Trump became president the first time and needed to get rid of all things Obama. The two things he pulled us out of immediately that he didn't understand anything about, but he insisted they were the worst deals anybody ever made. Even though he couldn't explain to you what those deals were about, he knew nothing. He knows less than nothing now. Were the Paris Climate Accord and the JCPOA, which was the deal that Obama had negotiated and signed with Iran. Well, now we're in a situation now where the village idiot has brought us to war.
So guys, things have taken a different trajectory. And right now, we don't know where the solution lies. Yeah. People went out and voted for the orange guy. They voted for Trump. Let us call him Trump. They voted for Trump because he promised to clean America. They did not understand when he said that he was going to clean America. He was to clean America. By saying cleaning America, he meant he was going to deport all the illegal immigrants who were living in America, undocumented immigrants who were in the United States of America. He promised, like usual, he promised of better economy. He promised to make America a great place again. And he used those words like making America great again. And he certainly promised so many things. And we have been seeing since Trump's administration took power, we have been seeing a lot of people complaining, people coming here on social media crying about the prices of products, groceries, food, and prices of mortgages, prices of gas, prices of everything. We have seen massive layoffs. The trucks have lost their jobs. The ports are empty. There are no ship coming in and going out. The tourist sector has been hit hard. The planes are empty. The airports are empty. You understand? When Trump raised, let me try to do this a little bit. When Trump imposed tariffs on China, we saw all the secrets being poured out. No one was holding back. It was in the air. Nobody was sweeping all this shit under the carpet. It was out. And now business between America and China deteriorated or collapsed completely. And when he imposed those tariffs, he even made it so hard for Canada or Canadian people who used to cross the border to America. They now said like, alas. So we thought we were good neighbors, and now we are not wanted. We saw about the food that used to come from Mexico to America stopped. You understand? We have seen farmers who have really believed in agriculture. Farmers who are hit so hard. We have been seeing them crying. And to just talk about farmers, the immigrants are the ones who are working for these farms and they got deported. Most of these people status were revoked. They were revoked. They cannot even enter America again. So we were thinking about the policies that Trump put across when he was seeking American presidential seat. He never said that if you're gonna elect me, I'm gonna bomb Iran. It was not there. We never saw that. It was not there. You understand? So people went out there, those who voted for him ignorantly, and those who voted for him because they wanted Trump. So those who voted for him as Trump and those who voted for him ignorantly. We have seen about the Latinos and the Cubans, the Venezuelans, people like Arabs, Asians, who voted for him because they didn't want to vote for Kamala because he has black blood running in her veins, or they didn't want her as a woman to rule them. You understand? But again, we never saw nowhere that vote for me, I'm gonna bomb Iran. So there's so many things that are affecting America right now, and the only thing that Americans need is the way forward, not bombing Iran. So bombing Iran, it means that America is getting into war with Iran, and with this economy, the way it's instability, economy is very unstable right now. Economy of America has deteriorated. We have seen the dollar coming down. It means that America doesn't have the power to start a war during this time when the Americans cannot even fend for themselves. Understand? It means that America does not have the power. It is the superpower, but now it does not have the power to start a war with Iran. And Americans they were not expecting that. It have gotten them off guard. You remember they tried Traore, Ibrahim Traore. It failed. Why is Trump starting a war at this time when America, it's very, very down? Like America is down right now. We have seen all the miseries surrounding America and its people. America is not in a position to bomb any other country or to get itself engaged in war activities. America needs time right now to heal, to restart. What do they say? Restarted or reinstate its economy. America and Trump and the people who elected Trump, they need to bring America back to its states before it was, because it has lost a lot. You understand? How are you going to find the war? When you start war, how are you going to fund it? Trump is bringing America on its knees, and it's really anchoring the people who voted for him. I'm not going to say like white people are the only one who voted for Trump, so they are outraged or raged. No, the people who voted for Trump, even those legal immigrants, legal migrants who are there in America, the legal Latinos, the legal Venezuelans, the legal Black American, the legal African American, the legal Africans who are living there, the legal Asian Arabs, the people legal. So long as you are legal, you are an American citizen, that one is going to mess you. So we are calling upon Trump to get back to his senses, because when these people retaliate, America economy is very down. The dollar has blew. And that's not what the people of America voted you for. You have to base on the agenda, the policies that you put across. You have not finished this, you have already jumped to this. And now this is war. It's costful. You have not mended your ties with these other countries. Then you are starting a war. I'm seeing Democrats crying And I'm like, what? This is not what they signed for. This is not what the people of America signed for. Guys, this is not what the people of America signed for. And now they're calling upon peace, peace, peace. And now it's not even time to beat around the bush. They're calling upon peace and peace. They want peace. They want stability. They don't want war. So guys, I'm called Irene Soita. If you're new on this channel, kindly hit the notification button. Be notified wherever I post a video. And to all my returning subscribers, I don't take your love for granted. I love you so much. Let's pray for one another. Let's pray for these countries to have an understanding. Yeah. And let us spread peace, love, and tranquility. It's me, Irene Soita. I'm coming from Kenya. I love you so much. Keep on watching this video. Watch this video till the end. Bye bye.